If you feel like you can't stay disciplined or consistent because your life or your environment isn't structured for consistency, this video is going to be for you. Let me say this first though. Set the record straight. I don't want any confusion. I don't have a perfect routine either. The reality is, every day don't look the same. And most of us prefer it that way. What I've come to realize, know, understand, learn through trial and error is predictable routines free up a ton of mental space. So hear me well when I say this. Listen, Linda, listen. You do not need a perfect routine to be disciplined. Contrary to popular belief, unpopular opinion, however you want to spin it. Now give me your hand while I say this next part. That idea right there, the one about a perfect routine, that's the one, give me a hand. That's what's keeping you stuck. Because now you're waiting, right? You're waiting for the right schedule. You're waiting for the right timing. You're waiting for the right setup. Whatever it is you're waiting for. Ask me how I know, girl. Guilty. Reality slapped me already, though, and told me life don't work like that. So for me, discipline doesn't necessarily look structured. Actually, it looked like this. Like this, right here. Me, filming in the car. In between my real life responsibilities. IRL. Not when everything is quote unquote right. Not when everything perfectly lines up. Not when everything is perfectly aesthetic. But when I have the opportunity to get it done. When I have the opportunity to show up. That's what discipline looks like. That's what consistency looks like. And a big part of this for me is understanding that this isn't just about being productive. I mean, I pat myself on the back for that too. Because one thing as a woman and a mom, we all know how to do is multitask, okay? But for me, it's also about being obedient with what I have right now. Not waiting, not continuing to wait. Because, yes, I too have been guilty of it. And I'm guilty of it too in other areas. But not waiting for things to be, easier or life to slow down or things to be more aesthetic before I do what I know I'm supposed to be doing right now. But right here, right now, getting it in. Discipline is not just a routine. It's an intentional decision. It's a decision that you must make in real life over and over. I can speak to that in context of my sobriety. Being disciplined and being consistent and being sober is something that I have to choose every single day. Do I drink today or do I stay sober? Do I show up and create this content or not? Do I follow through with what I said I was going to do or not? Here's what discipline looks like in real life without a perfect routine. Like doing what I can with the time that I have. Showing up imperfectly. Not skipping just because the day feel off or my mood is off. Not falling into my fleshly desires and being like, it's just one of them days. I just forget this whole sobriety thing. I'm just going to drink some wine. No. I mean, maybe you missed the gym this morning. Don't throw the whole day away. Just go for a little walk this evening. I think I heard you say you wasn't going to be nobody's. Maybe that was just me. My bad. That was me. God's still working on me with my mouth and all that good stuff. But you know, he know me, he made me, he know what I think before I even say it. Reality is, though, back on topic, most people, we ain't lacking discipline. A lot of us just be like waiting for a good time or a good structure or a good system to make it easier. But discipline don't come from structure. It's actually the opposite way. Structure comes from discipline. So it's like at some point, you really have to get to a point where you stop saying, like, I need X, Y, and Z before I can do that first. And just start saying, I'm going to do it anyway because I have enough. I have enough. I got some time in between gigs. I have a phone. I have a mic. I got what I need. Because the version of me that I'm becoming, she don't wait for perfect conditions to be great. She uses what she has to be great. I hope that resonates for you. Because you've been putting off something that you could already be disciplined and consistent at. If your life is not where you want it at right now, and it's a small tweak, meaning a decision that you can make, I challenge you to do so. If your schedule isn't consistent, and consistent does not mean it has to look exactly the same every day. If things don't look like the way you want them to look yet, that don't disqualify you from being disciplined. You are not an undisciplined person. You can be disciplined. You are consistent. You just have to be willing to move. You just have to make that decision in the middle of lifing, wherever you are in life. And say, I'm done waiting. I mean, where in your life, let's talk about it. Where in your life have you been waiting for things to be more together before you show up? This was a big one for me. I was definitely waiting for things to be more together before I showed up. But I was convicted, and I'm so glad I was. And I'm so glad that I've continued to show up, even though it's just me and you here right now. All it took was for me to make a decision and to say, no matter what, I'm going to stick to that decision. And the more you make your decisions, the more your life going to start to shift. I don't know who needed to hear this today, if it was just me. But I'm glad we had this talk. I got to get back to it. Duty is calling. But we going to talk again soon. I'm here. You here. All right. I'll call you back later. Bye.